Welcome to Calcutta Races Autumn Meeting, 5th day, Saturday, 30th November 2019 race preview. The first race will be the Calcutta Handicap. For horses in Class 5 to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. We're looking at number 1, Shotgun. And Shotgun's just had one start this autumn meeting in race number 8 over 1200 meters, where Shotgun finished on 7th after much efforts. Also in the same race, we had number 3, ARTISTE Royal. Tariq out of Absolutely Royal, who was the eventual winner in that race, came up and won that race with a strong run down in the center. Won it by 2.5 lengths by beating El Mulano. Also in the same race, we had number 8, that is X-Light, who finished on 3rd. Number 2 will be Wind Chaser. Wind Chaser's last run was in the monsoon meeting in the Calcutta Fillies Trial Stakes in race number 72 over 1400 meters, where Wind Chaser finished on right at the back end to finish on 8th out of 10 runners. Winner of that race was Izzy. Number 4, we're looking at Cool Conqueror. King Dakar of Amount, last outing being this season in race number 14 over 1600 meters, where Cool Conqueror was travelling second till it turned firm, gradually faded back and travelled quite wide of the track in the final stages and finished on 6th after much efforts. A winner of that race was Monte Casino. Number 6, we're looking at Bambini Festa. Bambini Festa's last outing was this season in race number 22 of 1100 meters, where Bambini Festa finished right at the tail end to finish on 11th, and the winner of that race was Swan Light. Number 7, we're looking at Pep Talk. Pep Talk's last outing was in race number 95 in the monsoon meeting of 1100 meters, where Pep Talk finished on 8th, and the winner of that race was Hurricane Storm. Number 9 will be Simply Soaring. Simply Soaring's last outing was in the Calcutta cold weather season 18-19 in race number 206 over 1100 meters, where Simply Soaring travelled very wide of the track and finished on 12th out of 14 runners. Winner of that race is Astoria. Running after a long layoff, here's Simply Soaring. Number 10, we're looking at Abarella. Abarella's last outing was this season in race number 21 over 1400 meters, where Abarella finished on 6th, and the winner of that race was Communique. Number 11 will be Bay Crush. Bay Crush's last outing was in race number 64 in the monsoon meeting over 1200 meters, where Bay Crush travelled second till it turned firm, gradually faded back and finished on 6th eventually. And the winner of that race was a runaway winner, that is Hukumat. Number 12 will be Prince of Art. Prince of Art's last outing was this meeting in race number 15 over a mile, where Prince of Art finished on 8th, right at the back end, and the winner of that race was Beatrix. Also in the same race, we had number 13, that is Winner's Delight, who finished second last, one ahead to finish on 7th. Number 14 will be Glorious Run. Glorious Run's just had one start this autumn meeting in race number 2 over 1100 meters, where Glorious Run travelled 8th till it turned firm, gradually fell back rapidly and finished on 12th out of 14 runners. Winner of that race was Sharavati. We move on to the second race, which is the Sparkling Clear Handicap to be done over a distance of 1400 meters. Number 1 will be Surf Romance, Surf Rider, a romantic quest. A one start this autumn meeting, and quite a eye-catching start that was by Surf Romance, who finished on second, travelled second all the way and remained in that spot. Did match strides with the front runner, but fell short by a length and a quarter to the winner, that was Gorish. Number 2 will be the Straddle, Dancing Forever of San Fernando Bay. One start this autumn meeting in race number 11 over 1100 meters, where the Straddle finished on third after travelling fifth till it turned for home, gradually gained a couple of places and finished on board to finish on third, as I mentioned. Winner of that race was Oracle. Number 3 will be Coup de Grace. Coup de Grace had 2 starts this autumn meeting, finished off the board in both its outings. Last outing was over a mile in race number 18, where Coup de Grace finished on 8th out of 10 runners. Winner of that race was Gold Bond. Number 4, we're looking at Drogo. Drogo's last outing was this autumn meeting in race number 26 over a mile, where Drogo travelled 9th and remained in that spot after much efforts. Also in the same race, we had number 6, Teldenova, who finished on 6th, but the eventual winner on debut here on this track was Arrowfield, with a change of ownership, came out and won that start, won it impressively by 2 1/4 lengths. Number 5, we're looking at Kantai. Kantai has had one start this autumn meeting in race number 5 over 1400 meters, where Kantai finished on 6th, and the winner of that race was Valeria. Number 7 will be Kappa the Cappy. Kappa the Cappy's last start was in the Calcutta cold weather season 18-19. Now running after a long layoff. Last outing being in race number 75 over 1400 meters, where Kappa the Cappy finished on 10th out of 13 runners. Winner was Coconut. We move on to the 4th race, which is the Amor Handicap to be run out a distance of 1100 meters. Number 1 will be Russia Gold. Russia Gold's had one start this autumn meeting in race number 10 over 1100 meters, where Russia Gold travelled second till it turned film and remained in that spot and finished 1 length behind the winner. That was Hukumat after much efforts. Also in the same race, we had number 3 Iconia, who finished on 1 behind to finish on 3rd, and number 11, that is Give Me Credit, who finished on 8th. Number 2 will be Tiburon. Tiburon's last outing was this meeting in race number 16 over 1100 meters, where Tiburon finished on 5th after much efforts. Winner of that race was Ruby Cube. Number 4 will be Panchovilla, winning legend out of Sunshine Nell. One start this autumn meeting in race number 9 over 1200 meters. A decent lung opener for Panchovilla, who now running in the change of ownership. Finished on 6th, and the winner of that race was Dilmange Mo. Number 5 will be Expensive Affair. Expensive Affair's last outing was this autumn, in the monsoon meeting in race number 121 over 1400 meters, where Expensive Affair finished on 4th, and the winner of that race was Monte Cassino. And Expensive Affair did get a bit of a traffic issue in the final stages, but managed to get on 4th. Number 6 will be Late Aveberry, Namakalal now. Just one start this autumn meeting in race number 21 over 1400 meters. Did lead all the way till the distance post and then eventually was overtaken. And Namakalal finished on third, and the winner of that race was Communique. Number 7, we're looking at Exotic Lady. Exotic Lady's last outing was in the monsoon meeting in race number 105 over 1100 meters, where Exotic Lady finished on 7th out of 12 runners. Winner of that race was Stelvio Pass. Number 8, we're looking at Moscova. Moscova's multi-dimensional and brushed aside. One start this autumn meeting here in Calcutta in race number 17 over 1200 meters, where Moscova travelled 7 till it turned firm, gradually gained places and managed to finish on third. Also, quite an eye-catching third, I would say, that was by Moscova. Need to watch out for that one. Also in the same race, we had number 10, that is Uncrowned King, who finished on 11th. Number 12, Night of Thunder, who finished on 10th. And number 13, Fireberg, who finished on 9th. The winner of that race was Speed Force. Number 9 will be Tia Queen. Tia Queen's had one start this autumn meeting in race number 7 over 1200 meters, where Tia Queen finished on 6th out of 14 runners. Winner of that race was Villaggio, won it impressively by 2 1/4 lengths. We move on to the 5th race, which is the Bowl Publication Cup, to be run over a distance of 2,000 meters. We're looking at number 1, Avellino, top class out of Riverdown Empress. One start this autumn meeting over a mile in race number 14, where Avellino travelled 10 till it turned firm and then gradually gained places and did take over the running in the last 150 meters, but then eventually was overtaken on the outside by the winner, that is Monte Cassino, and Avellino settled for second, 2 lengths behind the winner. Also in the same race, we had number 7, Yuvan, who finished on 7th. Number 2, we're looking at Dash, Win Legend out of Ice Point. 3 starts in the monsoon meeting, last one being in race number 91 over 1400 meters. Dash travelled 6th and till it turned firm and then gradually dropped back 1 place and finished on 7th out of 7 runners. And the winner of that race is Demonstrate. Number 3 will be Rustler. Rustler's 2 starts this autumn meeting, last one being over a metric mile in race number 28, where Rustler travelled 6th till it turned firm, gradually gained 1 place and finished on 5th after much efforts. Also in the same race, we had number 4, Duchamp, who finished on 8th. Right at the back end, practically no show there by Duchamp. Winner of that race was rather tippy, an impressive winner. Number 5, you're looking at Alpharets, Win Legend out of Star of the Crop. One start this autumn meeting in race number 4 over 1400 meters, and what a blind of a start that was by Alpharets. Made it a pillar-to-post victory by beating Kimaya by a head. Number 6, we're looking at the Last Judgment. The Last Judgment's last outing was this autumn meeting in race number 21 over 1400 meters, where the Last Judgment finished on 9th after much efforts, and the winner of that race was Communique. Also in the same race, we had number 8, Modification, who did come up with a late dash and managed to finish on 2nd, 2 lengths behind the winner. Number 9, we're looking at Beatrix. One start this autumn meeting in race number 15, and quite a crack of a start that was over the metric mile, where Beatrix made it a pillar-to-post victory and extended the margin by 4 lengths in the final stages, and Beatrix beat Hudson in that race. We move on to the sixth race, which is the Delhi Race Club Limited Cup, to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. We are looking at number 1, Dancing Forever. One start this autumn meeting in race number 12 over 1400 meters, where Cadman travelled 7 till it turned for home and then dropped back 1 place and finished on 8th. Also in the same race, we had number 3, Heart Nil. Western Aristocrat out of Mother's Pride fell short by a length and a half to Brainstorm in that race, finished on 2nd. Also in the same race, we had number 4, Breeze of the South, who finished on 7th. Number 6, Shivansh, who finished on 6th, and number 8, Multi Glory, who finished on 10th, and number 9, Revolving, who finished on 9th. But as I mentioned, the winner of that race was Brainstorm. Number 2 will be Shivalik Shah's Dancing Forever of Sunshower. Last outing being in the monsoon meeting in race number 119 over 2000 meters, where Shivalik Shah finished on 4th after much efforts. Also in the same race, we had number 10, Lord of the Sea, who finished right at the back end to finish on 8th out of 8. And the winner of that race was B52, who did a good hard-fought battle towards the rail side and won it by a short neck. Number 5 will be Capricious. Gusta out of Viva City, 2 starts this autumn meeting, finished on 4th in its first start over 1400 meters, then went down the distance by 200 meters over 1200 in race number 25 and travelled 2nd till it turned for home. Gradually came up with a strong run and went on to win it by a length and a half by beating Perpetual Winning. Might just repeat it again, is Capricious. Number 7 is Shivesh. Shivesh's last outing was in race number 100 in the monsoon meeting over 1400 meters, where Shivesh travelled 8 till it turned for home and gradually gained places towards the stand side and came up with a dazzling run and went on to win that race by a length and a quarter by beating Capricious. Number 11 will be Cold Frontier. Cold Frontier's last outing was in the monsoon meeting in race number 98 over 2000 meters, where Cold Frontier travelled 2nd till it turned for home, shifted off the straight course and travelled quite wide in the final stages, but with a strong run went on to win it by 2 3/4 lengths by beating Fiorel. We move on to the 7th and last race, which is the Sounder Cheers Handicap, to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. We're looking at number 2, Aquitania. Aquitania has had 1 start this autumn meeting in race number 11 over 1100 meters, where Aquitania travelled 2nd all the way and remained in that spot after much efforts. Also in the same race, we had number 6, Fortune Express, who finished on 4th. Number 8, Big Star, who finished on 8th. Number 9, Lumos, who finished on 9th, and number 12, Midnight Star, who finished on 7th, but the eventual winner, who made it a pillar-to-post victory, was Oracle. Number 4, we're looking at Migrator. Migrator's last outing was over 1200 meters in the monsoon meeting in race number 65, where Migrator travelled 3rd till it turned for home and remained in that spot after much efforts. And the winner of that race was Kramer, stablemate. Number 7 will be Nelson's Blood. Nelson's Blood last outing was in the monsoon meeting in race number 120 over 1400 meters, where Nelson's Blood led all the way till about 100 meters away from home and then eventually was challenged on the outside by the Kiss, and the Kiss went on to win it by 2 lengths. Nelson's Blood finished on 2nd after much efforts. Also in the same race, we had number 10, Oakbrook, who finished right at the back end to finish on 11th out of 12 runners. Number 11, we're looking at Reincarnation. 1 start this autumn meeting in race number 6 over 1400 meters, where Reincarnation finished on 2nd after much efforts, and the winner of that race was Jacobin. Number 13 will be Arakawa. Arakawa's had 2 starts this autumn meeting, finished off the board in both its outings. In fact, finished 8th in both its outings. Last outing being in race number 20 over 1400 meters, where Arakawa was leading all the way and eventually was overtaken and faded back and finished on 8th out of 8. And the winner of that race was Glorious Leaves. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope to see you at the races tomorrow afternoon.